Any questions about that, Andy? All right. Some Orthodox Jewish customs. Procreation, of course, is encouraged. A lot of times, men and women will not touch, although they will sometimes use a male physician if that person is of good moral character and trustworthy. Men do not physically touch women when there's anybody discharged, whether it be from their menses or during the postpartum period. Breastfeeding is common. You want to also, of course, respect their dietary beliefs. Naming the baby is very important within this culture. They will not usually tell the name of the baby before the baby's born, nor will they have baby showers with the belief of the angel of death may catch the baby's name and come pay a visit. So they usually have big naming ceremonies. For the males, the Brit Milah or the bris is done 8 days after birth, and it's usually done in the synagogue. After that, the baby is given their name. And females, of course, they don't get circumcised, so they usually do their naming ceremony the first Sunday after their birth. Irish Catholic customs. The Saint Gerard is the patron saint of the pregnant woman. Godparents are usually chosen right away, and the newborn is usually baptized as soon as possible, with the belief that being unbaptized, you may still have sins, and if the baby dies unexpectedly, they may not go to heaven if they're not baptized. So that's usually very important. And the middle name is usually named after a saint. Just some cultural tidbits of different cultures. The Hindu culture has a naming ceremony. They do it the 11th day after birth. Filipinos will not usually praise the baby. They'll be like, oh, that baby looks okay, instead of, oh, what a beautiful baby. And it's not that they don't like the baby or anything like that, is they don't want to call attention to the baby, kind of like the angel of death kind of thing. They just don't want bad spirits to be aware of this beautiful baby. Filipino homeowners will sometimes give babies money because it's going to cause them to have good luck. And I also read that clams may help increase breast milk. Again, if it doesn't hurt anybody, just let it slide. There's 16 different tribes in Liberia, and similar to the Jewish religion, the men are not in the labor room. The Bassa tribe in Liberia, they usually keep newborns inside for 2 weeks. It reminds me a lot of the Hispanic air theory. They just don't want, bad things of the outside world to affect the baby. So they keep them in for 2 weeks, and then on that second week, at the end of the second week, they have a huge celebration where the baby is introduced to the whole community. They'll sometimes tie a rope around the baby's waist, and that's so that they can visualize the baby growing. Of course, when it gets tight, they cut it off. This thing I thought was interesting. It's called Pepper the Baby. Family members will blow cayenne pepper into the baby's face, and it's considered a initiation into the hardships of life. And if the baby can survive it, then they are considered to be strong and courageous for the rest of their lives. I've never actually seen that being done. I just read about it. I thought it was interesting. You should probably say not to do this.
Doing a CP as an effort to do that.
Yeah. And Liberian men pride themselves on helping with household chores in the postpartum area. So I thought that I'd put that on there. Any questions, comments, things you want to add? All right. The handout that I gave you, let me just say, I just made it because in our classes we're talking about different instructional methods. You guys can use that for your own study stuff. We're going to post a answer key to that later on, but it's not for credit or anything like that.